Hello, welcome to Wine Library TV and your host Gary Vaynerchuk, and cheers to free shipping.
Are you serious, Eric? All right, hello everybody and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. That's right, champagne, let's do it. Grower champagne, it's time to change the game in the champagne world. A lot of people have been asking for this episode, especially Steve Brook. Steve has an amazing little site called blog.thegrapenuts.net. We're going to have a link on it. It's going to be somewhere over here. Show him a little bit of love. Check him out. Leave a couple comments. He's got a lot of zero comments. We need to help the guy out. He's doing a couple of champagne tastings, I think, on November 4th. Patio has been really pressuring me for a champagne episode. So, you know what? It's time for me to put up or shut up, so I'm putting up. You know, like when I came through on the Heat episode and the Storage episode. Colin, you are an Eagles fan. I know. 2-4 Steelers, not so good either, my friend. But you got a ring. Anyway, obviously, I'm in a very good mood. I'm in a good mood because there's a lot to talk about. I have two major announcements. Number one, Vaniacs, tomorrow, everybody has to go out and get a New York Times. We're going to play a game. I did something special for you. I spent some cash, some moolah, some cheddar. We did an ad tomorrow in the National New York Times for Wine Library TV. And there's a couple quotes in there from some of the Vayner Nation. So, go out tomorrow, and this is national, anywhere in the United States, but you have to find a New York Times. So I'm not sure exactly in certain markets where you can do that. But here's the big goal. Go out and get one, and take a picture with the New York Times, and send it in, and we're going to put up a collage on one of the episodes. So, go out tomorrow, get a New York Times, go to the food section, find the ad, and put up a picture. Try to be creative, not just this. You know, something cool. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Gary Vaynerchuk, your host, has been nominated for Wine Library TV, has been nominated for 3 Vloggies. Vloggies, the first annual Vloggies, video blogging. You know, think of it as the Oscars. November 4th? No, maybe November 4th, Saturday, November 4th in San Francisco. I've actually got a conflict. I'm going to Paris that night, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to attend. I might have to accept my award via satellite. But the only way I can accept that award is if you help me. So, another huge thing to do today. I'm going to have a link. It's going to be somewhere over here to the vote for the Vloggies. They're having a People's Choice and then the experts. I want to win the People's Choice. That's the one that really means the most. So, we really need your help. I'm going to need every single person watching this episode to go to the link below and go to the 3 categories. It's a little bit of a tough site to navigate. You can Control F and search my name, or it's Best Male Vlogger, Best Instructional Show, you know, educational, and Best Cooking. I don't know, I guess they threw the wine in there. But, obviously, huge announcements. Let's go with another huge announcement. SS Chris, happy birthday to you. And Dominus, did you think I was going to forget? Tremendous intro. Thanks for introing to the show. Let's do this. Here we go. God, I'm freaking riled up. A lot going. You know, those Vloggies got me pumped. Okay, Pierre Peters, Blanc de Blanc, non-vintage, 100% Chardonnay. Blanc de Blancs are 100% Chardonnay, a lot of times, all the time I think. And so, this is a $29 Blanc de Blanc from Champagne. Pierre Peters is a very good producer. We're going to tone it down now and get a little more serious. What we're doing today is showing you alternatives to Clicquot, to Moet, to Perrier-Jouët, to all these producers, Tattinger. Not that these are horrible champagnes. However, there's a whole world of small boutique grower champagnes out there that nobody knows about. Now, when you go to the fine restaurants in New York City, you're able to get a lot of these, and that's really where I started to enjoy them, especially from Terry Thies, who's a great importer of some of these. And it's really expanded my knowledge and my love. I mean, I think you might remember I mentioned way back in the first 10 or 15 episodes that if I could only drink one type of wine, it would be champagne. So we are right in my hot spot right now. So I'm a little bit on of a crusade. I've had every single one of these. So these are ones that I've enjoyed in the past. So this is not like your normal Wine Library TV episode. Again, The real thing is to focus and know that there's a lot of great champagnes out there at the same price range as the bulk stuff. So almost think of it as the Santa Margaritas and the Kendall Jacksons and the Gallows and the Yellowtail. Not to diss Moet and Clicquot and PJ and Tattinger and Bollinger, but in essence, that's what they are. These big co-ops, big production. These are small producers making handcrafted quality champagne. So I blabbered a whole lot. Let's start tasting some wine. Again, 100% Chardonnay, $29, Pierre Peters, Blanc de Blanc. Getting a nice toasty nose, a little bit of a almond aspect, a little sour apple. Fantastic. I'm getting a nice, very obvious Granny Smith apple cider flavor, and you get a lot of apple cider flavors in great champagnes. Get it? Anyway, a little bit of toast. I almost get even a hint of marzipan candy in this. You might be familiar with that. I love it, especially when they're fake fruits. Nice and yeasty, long finish, not too overpowering, just delicate, and you don't get the sharpness. And the sharpness is the key. You don't get the sharpness that you sometimes get, again, in that group of champagnes. I don't want to keep mentioning them by name. But anyway, the bottom line is that this is a very solid bottle of champagne. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Let's go 89 plus on this, 90 points. Let's go 90 points on this. It's right in that wheelhouse of 89 plus 90 points. Let's go 90 points just because I'm in a good mood. Let's move on. Drapier, Blanc de Blanc, non-vintage. Similar situation. It's going to be tough labels to get out today. $28, 88 points, Wine Spectator. This one I had a long time ago, so I'd be curious to see how this is showing. Again, not the greatest score from Spectator, so I'm curious on that as well. Great bubbles. I mean, real nice small bubbles going into the champagne, which is always fun to watch. I mean, if nothing else, on an entertainment value alone, champagne is a great beverage. You could just sit there and watch them go up. It's quite a lot of fun. Now this is totally different, even though again 100% Chardonnay as well. This is a lot more earthy on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of lemongrass on the nose. Yeah, a little lemon peel, a little citrus aspect. I'm also getting a little bit of toastiness as well. Slight hints of almonds, but oh, actually not. Almost smells a little walnut on the nose. Has a little bit of walnut oil. I mean, every serious wine person I know, the masters of wine that I know, the head sommeliers, the master somms, bubbly's where it's at, guys. The complexity, the flavors, the nuances, the food pairings, the absolute ability to drink by itself, but the complexities on your palate, I almost find them, not almost, I find them more complex and more interesting and thought-provoking than even red Burgundy. And it's just such a lively drink. It's a celebratory beverage. These are just great wines. And so underdrank in the U.S. I don't know where the Spectator is on this one. I totally disagree. I'm going 92 points on this. Just the liveliness on the finish, the spritzy, tropical flavors that I'm getting. I'm getting almost a baked bread flavor as well. That I like to use that term. Hits my palate long and hard. Finishes better than the Peters, and just a completely dynamite bottle of champagne. Pretty package. I mean, come on, this is where it's at. Let's move on. Pierre Moncu, Blanc de Blanc Brut, $27. 92 points, Robert Parker. I mean, here we go. I mean, $27, 92 points, Parker. I mean, how do you beat that when that's the price, if not lower, than the standard everyday champagnes that I keep referring to? So, again, a little bit of a less lively aspect on the bubbles on this one, a little bit softer. Caught me on the spritz. Wow. very obvious, I mean super obvious pineapple on the nose. A little bit of coconut as well. I mean, this is a pina colada. So if you like pina colada, I don't know, 27 bucks is a lot for a pina colada, so let's not go that route. But this has got a very pina colada nose. It's got coconut and pineapple. Very yeasty on the nose as well. Slight hints of peach as well are coming through. So it's very, very fruity. Sour apple on the mid palate, going long on the finish. Very ripe. There's a little more sharpness to this than I would have expected. It's got big body. It's probably the biggest of the three that we've had so far. But yeah, it's not destroying me. I've had it in the past. I've liked it. It's solid. I mean, the Drapier is better, which is interesting because Drapier 88 Spectator, the Moncu is 92 Parker. That's why ratings are such a crapshoot. I'm going to go 89 points on this. I like it. I think it's very solid. But of the three, I probably like it the least, just because the overall complexity and flavors are just not in form as the other two. I mean, it's really in the same range as the Peters, but it has a little more sharpness, and that's why I'll even rate it below. So out of the Chardonnays, for sure, the Drapier tops the list, but all are very, very good. And once again, in my opinion, when I rate the Tattingers and the Perrier-Jouets and the Moets and the Clicquots, a lot of times those guys are in the 85, 84, 86 range. So these are all a step above. And again, obviously I'm crusading for you guys to try as many grower champagnes. Forget about these. Forget about the other ones I'm about to do. Go out there and explore champagne. There's so many producers we don't have here that are just making tremendous champagne. Alfred Gratien comes to mind. Remember we did the Paradis and the Champagne episode a long time ago. They're just out there everywhere. Please, please seek them out. Billicart Salmon, I know a lot of people love in the city. Anyway, the Henry Bilot Brut Reserve, which is a blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. And let's see, 90 points, Stephen Tanzer, $34. So, Tanzer, a very tough critic. Once again, my overall theme with champagne is that you really can't beat it dollar for dollar, quality of interest wine. It's tough to buy very thought-provoking, world-class Pinot Noir from Burgundy at $30, but you can do that, or at least extremely high quality in champagne. And I still think because of the Moets and the Perrier-Jouets and the Clicquots, how many times am I going to say that today? But because of those, they're very aggressive and they're in the business, and so they're the brands of the marketplace. So champagnes have not gotten expensive. And that's a great thing. So that's the beauty of Moet and Tattinger and Clicquot, because they've set a price point where these smaller grower champagnes, even though much higher quality, because nobody knows them in the market, they can't command the dollars that they really deserve. I mean, I would tell you, in the scope of the wine world, priced against Pinot Noir and Cabernet and put into a price point of interest and quality, these grower champagnes are $75 to $100 bottles of wine. And not just these, many, many, many others. So I still think champagne with Chateauneuf de Pape are the screaming values in the wine world. Enough of the soapbox. Let's get into the wine. This is a little more steely on the nose. What I mean by that is I'm getting a little bit of bluestone. I'm getting a little bit of wet rock. I know we love that term. Very also yeasty on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of almost like a apple pie, but when you eat the crumb, just a crumb, or what is that, Aaron? The crust, thank you. The crust of the apple pie, I'm getting that kind of, when you smash that up, if you've ever done it, that kind of smell. It's like a very interesting little smell. A little bit of lemon as well. I love champagne. Don't listen to any of my scores because I overrate champagne. Like I argue that everybody overrates dessert wines. But this is unbelievable. This has a little bit more hints of residual sugar than the other three. It's a little bit sweeter. very candy, strawberry aspect. Bubblegum comes to mind as I'm tasting this. I mean, there's a lot going on here. I really like this wine. It's a nice, solid effort. Big mouthfeel, very long finish. I'm going to go 92 points on this. I think Tanzer underscored it. I'm a fan of this. On the scope of the Drapier, they're different. They're different rides. This is a little bit more sweeter and interesting, but very, very good. This is awesome. I'm having fun. Eric Rodi, Blanc de Noir. Eric Rodiz is a tremendous producer of Pinot Noir champagne. So this Blanc de Noir is 100% Pinot Noir. So you got the Blanc de Blanc, Chardonnay, Blanc de Noir, Pinot Noir. They actually made it easy with the Noir. Again, $35 on this. Now what's very interesting about Eric Rodiz is he used to be the winemaker at Krug, which makes some of the greatest champagnes in the world. I'm a huge fan. Krug non-vintage at $100 kills Dom P and Cristal for me every day of the week. So he comes from a great pedigree. And the Pinot Noir is giving off that exotic cherry nose, but it's masked by a charcoal, burnt wood, kind of foresty, kind of, not minty forest, but more like dried firewood. I'm getting a firewood smell on this, which is quite nice. Wow. Massive body. Very yeasty, dry, very complex. Almost like baked apples on the flavor, which is great. So take an apple, put a stick through it, over the firewood with the fire, and then take it in, not like s'mores, but like apple, baked apple. It's really great. Very massive fruit. I mean, are you kidding me? If you like lobster, foie gras, any kind of shellfish, these are some of the most profound wines in the world that you can have with this. I am clearly, and you can see it, a huge sparkling wine fan. I hope if nothing else, and forget these 5, please, and you can go to any local store, hopefully they have something besides the big name brands. Go out and find grower champagnes. Terry Thies is a great importer of them. There's a lot of people that are bringing in better and better small, boutique champagnes, grower champagnes, single vineyard fruit, really trying to make high quality champagne. The big brands are keeping the prices down, believe it or not. And because of that, I still think this is the screaming value of the world. I'm absolutely enjoying myself. This was definitely one of the best episodes I've ever done for Wine Library TV. Did I score this wine? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. So let me do that. I'm really on a ranting mode today more than anything else, but these are just such great champagnes. Let's go 90 points. Solid effort, but not as profound as the Drapier and the Bouillon. It's very, very nice, though. I mean, extremely good. I mean, next time, before December, we will do a very serious, in the other room, 10 or 12 champagne tasting where I take 6 big brands and put them against 6 grower champagnes, and we'll figure that out. Question of the day. What is your favorite all-time grower champagne or non-mainstream champagne? I bet you a lot of you can't answer this question. And what else? I don't know. You know what else? If I don't get at least 5 new lurkers commenting on this episode, I'm not doing Wine Library TV tomorrow. So, guys, you better call them out, all you regulars, or I'm not doing it. I need 5 new lurkers. I want you to say, long-time viewer, first-time poster. This is Gary Vaynerchuk. I like bubbles. We'll see you next time on Wine Library TV.